The stage is finally set. The quarterfinals are upon us at the Euros, and we had a crazy round of 16. We had Bellingham saving his stinky performance with an overhead kick, and we had a 40-year-old man crying on the pitch because he didn't kick a ball properly. But now it is the quarterfinals, and we have some crazy matchups. Boys, are we ready to make our predictions for the rest of the Euros?
Believe it or not, Millie just hit that intro first try. This is the first time in box-to-box history.
No stuttering.
Brother, this happens on a daily occurrence. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is why Millie FC is the team to be on.
There's Millie FC and there's Aslani FC. You choose, because both of them are great.
Such prestigious clubs.
We are starting with some slander. But anyways, let's get to the quarterfinals. We have the first matchup. It is Spain versus Germany. Both teams are the favorites for the Euros, but one of them is going home. Who is the one that's going to prevail?
What a time to be alive, because these are the best teams in the tournament. Maybe France is up there, but they have been more dominant than them. Spain topped the group in 9 points. Germany, they're Germany. Toni Kroos, Ballon d'Or potential. Come on. What can you say about these teams?
I think this might be it might be a stalemate. Honestly, both these teams are so good. This is the peak of European football.
Spain have been so dominant this tournament that, in my personal opinion, it's going to be hard to predict against them.
Varvar, what do you mean by that?
Spain, not one single minute in this tournament have looked like they're under threat. So, personally, my prediction is going to be 1-1 into extra time, and Spain's going to win.
Oh, it's like that. I would say against Georgia, the first couple of minutes, they looked under threat a little bit. You can't say they didn't.
I'm saying that was the first time Spain looked vulnerable and everyone was like, whoa, wait a minute, what's happening here? But they did rebound. They showed that quality. Mind you, Georgia, not the toughest competition, but they did show heart.
The extent of the vulnerability is, yes, they went down 1-0, but everyone said, while we were talking to each other, we said, Georgia need another one because it's inevitable that Spain is going to score.
Every time Nico Williams got the ball or Lamine Yamal, it was a 1v1 situation. The guys would cook him up and they would get on net. To be honest, this is like one of the most dominant teams since 2010 Spain.
When you're...
Whoa.
In the Euros, bro.
2010 Spain, I don't know about that.
Italy's last team, low-key.
Wasn't as dominant as this one, I gotta say.
Bro, I think we'd still beat them. Regardless, that's my bias. But what I'm saying here is that you have two midfields that are absolutely stacked. They're locked. I don't see a lot happening in a midfield that is so stacked with talent. Do you think that the wingers, you're looking at Nico Williams, Lamine Yamal, are they the ones that are going to make the difference in this game?
Listen, ultimately, I think the battle is going to be won in the midfield. Whoever gets control of that midfield will be able to send these wingers out on the wings. But, I mean, Germany has a good striker force as well. Musiala, Sane, it's going to be back and forth in my opinion.
My only reason for thinking Spain might not win this tournament is that, are we really going to allow Fabian Ruiz to walk out with the player of the tournament?
Listen, he deserves it.
He's in that conversation because he has been lights out for Spain. And that midfield, I had some questions about it, especially with Fabian Ruiz there. But he has proven to be a world-class midfielder.
But how cooked is the sport if Fabian Ruiz wins player of the
Bro,
tournament?
he's technically good. Technically speaking, that's a very good midfield. Fabian Ruiz, Pedri, Rodri. There's no defensive going on, you know what I mean? But they're passing around the ball. This is tiki-taka prime.
Fabian Ruiz.
That's a Spain team that needs possession, and Germany, they ain't letting possession go because they are dominant on the ball as well.
Can we get some predictions up in here? Did no one click on this video for some predictions?
You're right, Varvar. I am gonna go with a Spain win. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, a 2-1, because Germany has not led a lot of goals so far. Rudiger might have a disaster class against the Spanish
Betting
wingers.
on a Rudiger disaster class,
that's the worst bet.
That's not going to happen.
That's the worst bet you could possibly make for firms.
Listen.
I'm going to need that jersey, bro, because I am saying Germany's winning this one 2-1. It's going to be a stalemate, but something is going to break with Spain, and I think it happens in this game. Germany is winning this one.
That's valid, Millie. I'll give you that that's valid.
So who's advancing?
Listen, I have faith in Germany. I think they're winning this one. But Varvar and Firms, they think Spain is going through. So in the bracket, Spain is advancing. Spain is now progressing, so let's see who they'll be facing in the semi-final. It is France versus Portugal, two teams that are on form, but Portugal, They looked a little shaky in their round of 16 match, but I'm not saying France had a good game either.
I can't cap to you guys. These teams cannot score. I don't know what's going on. They have the best attackers in the world. But brothers, where's the goals?
Best attackers in the world. Are we not watching the same Cristiano Ronaldo?
Best attacker in the world. The goals.
whoa,
The goals
whoa.
he scored in Saudi Arabia.
I mean, those were long gone, brother. If we're talking about the Euros, he is not having a tournament. His only goal is coming off a penalty shootout, and he missed a penalty in the same game. It was not a good performance by Cristiano Ronaldo. He did not show that he was effective in the play. He had chances, but it wasn't enough. Versus France, it's a tall order.
I know I had Portugal winning, but
Crazy, by the way.
I think I might need to go against it. I didn't expect Ronaldo to be this bad. And obviously, he's undroppable at this point.
But how are you saying that it's all on Ronaldo that they lose?
It is all on Ronaldo, in my personal opinion.
But what makes you
he
say
almost
that?
costed them.
Because 95% of the play is proper. The ball gets into the box on high volume. And I'm not going to say that they're defensively shaky. They're actually pretty good defensively in my mind. So all you need is that striker to actually put the ball into the net and finish those chances. I'm going to say Leao also hasn't had a good tournament.
Leao's
also.
had an amazing tournament. He's the one progressing. How do you guys not watch the game?
propaganda
What
is
going on?
ridiculous.
Vitinha and Leao have probably been Portugal's best players.
Leao?
Are you guys crazy? Who has been better?
Bruno, Bernardo, Vitinha.
Bruno has been ass.
Yeah, sure.
Bernardo Silva has been decent.
Good.
But good, sure, good.
Bro,
But
Nuno Mendes arguably
Mendes has been good.
Arguably has been more
João
effective than
Cancelo
Leao.
has been good.
Oh, João
Okay,
Cancelo
good.
last game. Oh my goodness, ball.
Pepe has low-key been shaky.
Listen.
Diogo Costa?
Ruben Dias,
all these guys have been good, but essentially they're not scoring any goals. Ultimately, not essentially.
but they ain't letting goals in either.
There's two brothers in that team that should be scoring goals.
And who's that?
Rafael Leao, Cristiano Ronaldo. Rafael Leao is just flopping every game.
He is
And then
dining.
Ronaldo is crying every game.
Ronaldo was about 2 inches away from making being 0 for 2 in penalties that game.
Maybe he should have pulled out his ruler.
So wait, what does that mean?
Hold on.
Oh, goddamn. Now we're starting at this again. But let me get this straight. Varvar, are you starting Ronaldo in that game?
Against France?
Yes. I want to hear it.
Yes. But if he's not playing well, take him off at halftime.
The last thing that will happen is Ronaldo getting subbed off at the 50th minute. The Portuguese Football Federation, is getting a call in saying, keep the brother on the pitch.
Not the 50th, the 45th.
Oh, even worse. Even worse. That's crazy. You want him to just, as soon as he walks off the field at halftime, call it a day.
Bro, if the brother cried, what is he going to do now?
He might actually leave.
Go back.
Bro, he did
Might
that
actually
at
walk
Manchester
back.
United. He walked out the stadium.
It might happen again if he's getting yanked.
No, that won't be happening. But France over here, listen, Mbappe, he's not been having a good tournament, but he's always there. He's getting his chances. I feel he's going to score. 1-0 situation for France. That's what I'm saying.
It's true. He hasn't. We had him. I think I had him as player of the tournament.
I did 2 million.
You did too for him. So it's not really looking good for that shot. Everything else is hitting though.
I'm going to go 2-1, by the way. I'm just going to throw that in France.
Oh, France, okay. Oh, we're all going France?
I'm going France as well. I don't think Portugal make it through, brother.
Portugal have been so shit that I'm picking against my winners.
Well, they haven't been shit. They've just been not up to the standard. But you could say the same thing about France. France have not played good, but that last that round of 16 game.
Yeah, but they don't have Ronaldo.
They have Mbappe.
Largest XG underperformer. People like to speak about how bad Lukaku is and how, like, he's even worse than Lukaku.
I mean, the bar is here, like low in hell, and then it's right under. Might as well be in the same spot. Doesn't matter to me.
If we're talking about stinkers, one underrated stinker this tournament is Antoine Griezmann, because this brother's putting up the stankiest of stanks. It's those toes are curling, bro.
Not this again.
It's one of those.
I'm not even gonna try finishing that sentence.
With our picks, France is confirmed going through, which means it'll be a Spain versus France semifinal on this side of the bracket. This is a final in any other tournament. Now we are headed to the other side of the bracket. We're going to be starting with Netherlands versus Turkey. Both teams coming off very strong round of 16 performances, so it'll be tough to say who makes it through.
Netherlands are the luckiest team in this tournament.
Are you dumb?
Why are
They finished third in their group and then get given garbage after garbage.
Brother, they are doing the most with the garbage they are given because in those performances, we saw it versus Romania in the round of 16, they were dominant.
Go back a couple of years when there was no third place charity points given out to teams. They wouldn't even have made it through the group stage.
But they did make it, so I don't really care.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't think that they were going to make it through with the groups because they were not convincing at all. But Gakpo has taken it up a notch. As I said, he was going to perform.
Gakpo?
And you said, bro, what's Gakpo going to do?
That's so perfect.
What's Gakpo going to do? You can clip it too. I know he said it.
Listen, if we get the Gakpo that we got at the World Cup,
That's
this
not
could be
showing.
good.
That guy is not showing up. I can
Gakpo.
guarantee you this.
Okay,
Is Gakpo even playing?
There's a lot of players that show up for their national teams. He could be one of them. So all I'm saying is that this
If you're
Dutch
relying on
team-
Gakpo, I
this
got
Dutch
the
team
news
is
for you,
very
Sean
balanced.
Simmons.
Oh,
That
this-
brother is shit.
Bro, this team
You
is
guys
stronger
don't
than
know
Italy.
Oh my God. Reindeers? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Not going to catch. He's actually been pretty good.
Listen, I'm gonna give Turkey their credit, but your road ends here, brothers. This is Netherlands that you're speaking of. This is a Netherlands win situation.
My Arushpuchuchu merchants, I'm siding with you. I'm going 2-1 Turkey.
That's egregious.
Arda Güler, man of the match.
Varvar, the only way that happens is if Demiral gets another 2 free kicks and 2 headers go in again.
I just think Netherlands, low-key, they looked a bit shaky against Romania at the start there. I'm not saying the whole 90, because they started controlling at one point. But they haven't been perfect this tournament, and I think Turkey's one of those teams that there's quality all around the pitch, and they beat those Euro 2020 allegations that we had against them. So
Finally.
those were serious allegations.
I mean, listen, is this Vincenzo Montella putting in a bit of Italian flair in that team? I'm not so sure. I think everything's just clicking at the right time. And I had questions about their defense, but they're attacking, they're defending, they are putting in a shift and a half. Listen, I understand that round of 16, you're always gonna face a weaker team here and there, but you still gotta ball out.
Listen, against Austria, I feel like their defense was low-key shit. Like, Austria should have scored so many more goals.
Not really, Firms. Like, I don't know what type of chances you were.
But outside of Germany and Spain, this entire tournament, we can low-key say every team has low-key been shit.
No, not defensively. Every team has been very good defensively, actually. Netherlands included. Van Dijk, give him his prop, bro. How are people hating on this guy? Stupid, like...
Well, if we're being for real, De Vrij is having a better tournament than Van Dijk.
De Ligt is the best center back on Netherlands.
And he hasn't even
I'm
played a
starting this agenda. De Ligt is the best center back on Netherlands.
You're letting club football talk right now is crazy.
He's a Bayern player.
But not for now.
For how long?
For now, he is.
Has he been linked with a transfer?
Maybe. To where?
I haven't seen that. But De Ligt's the best center back in the world, I think, right now.
Yeah, and
trying to
he
get
doesn't even
behind the
start for
curve.
Netherlands, who apparently are shit, according to you.
The Coleman tax. But go back to your analysis.
My analysis is that Reindeers is crucial for Netherlands. If he balls out like he's been balling... No, I'm sorry. No.
Trying to
Reindeers.
sneak in reindeers like that, trying to say that
Acting
he's
like
the next
Turkey don't have
Dion.
Çalhanoğlu.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back. He's
Get ready.
like the Undertaker, he's gonna wake up.
Get ready.
Like, I'm
This
back.
is, this
You're
is a
about to get-
Milan Inter derby, bro.
You're about to get Arush Pachuchu right now. I'm telling you right now. But I'm still picking Netherlands to win.
Sounds a little sexual.
I mean, I'm not trying to give it that.
That wasn't the vibe.
That wasn't the vibe I was trying to go for.
We're on Milli FC. But predictions?
I'm trying to Arush Puchuchu all over that Milli FC jersey.
It never ends.
Grown men, by the way. We are grown men.
Grown men.
Super grown.
All right, boys. So what's your final score for this game?
2-0 Netherlands. Turkey, you're not scoring a goal.
I think Netherlands puts in another dominant shift, but I'm gonna say 1-0.
Thank you, Millie.
No problem, Varvar. Now let's get to the final game of the quarterfinals. It is England versus Switzerland. This, I would have liked to have seen an England versus Italy quarterfinal. However, it was not meant to be. Switzerland ran Italy off the pitch.
Let's not discredit Switzerland because obviously they have quality, and Italy are obviously shit. So let's not
We ain't beating around the bush there.
We're not gonna act like Switzerland didn't beat a shit side. It's basically like playing Peru or Bolivia in Copa
Okay,
America.
Respect
Calm
Peru
it
and
down.
Bolivia, by the way.
Respect both of them, but also respect Italy. But I said it. I said Switzerland. Everyone was celebrating that we got them. Was not meant to be. Italy we enjoyed that celebration versus Croatia, but We knew that this game was cooked. We were cooked.
The Tacticals are gonna love this game. This is gonna be another snooze fest, 0-0. England's gonna stay back like they've had in the past. Listen, I'm feeling a little Switzerland win over here. I cannot cap to you.
Does Granit Xhaka run that billion-dollar midfield of England off the pitch? I don't know. We shall
Kobe
see.
Mainu runs this tournament.
Yeah, he really ran last game. They did no running that game, man.
I'm definitely not going Switzerland. I'm going to go 1-0 England. Jude Bellingham stinker with a goal in the last minute
Oh my
again.
God, not again.
Again.
Can we start talking about this guy dropping stinkers and then actually saving
I'm
his
pretty
game?
sure midway through the year he was talking about him that he was the best player
Ballon
in the
d'Or.
world.
I did say that. Bro, ultimately you are scoring a goal, so you cannot discredit that. But
Does
I
it
can.
overshadow
Maybe you
everything?
can't. I can.
Does it like take over the whole game? No, it shouldn't.
it shouldn't.
But like I said, the teams who win have the best, they have moment players. In international tournaments and tournament-style football, like the Champions League, moments win you the trophy. He creates moments. Do I think that for over a 90-minute game, he's going to be the best player on the pitch? No. But I would still bet on him.
That's a very agreeable fact over there, Bubba.
But is there an argument that Harry Kane under pressure is not a good striker?
No.
Would you even start him at this point? Bro,
Okay, well, I think you do start him because who are you going to start? Ivan Toney?
This guy's going to bring...
Tony's
I don't think-
been pretty good off the bench. I cannot lie.
You're too deep in the tournament now to make a change. I think that's why Italy lost their round of 16 game, is because we made way too many changes too late in the tournament. You have to have your set starting 11 and you go with that. England need to come in with the same starting 11. Maybe one or two changes is acceptable, but that's it. Harry Kane is not one of
Am
those
I
changes.
hearing Ivan Toney name being
Listen,
brought
I don't
up?
think he's the first person
Starting
you change there.
in a crucial game for England over Harry
No.
Kane, the top
All
goal
right.
scorer in England's
Harry
history.
Kane has to start, but I'm saying there's question marks on his name. In my opinion, someone like Palmer should be starting. Put Saka left back. Like, there needs to be some switches over here because England,
Saka left back.
something going on. I don't know, bro.
Just
Like,
wait for Luke Shaw to get healthy, and then you're gonna see.
Will he be healthy?
England will play well. I don't know. We'll see.
They're going to keep him for the final. They're keeping him in a cryo chamber, just ready to unleash him. for
And then
the
he's gonna
final.
score in the final again. Best
Yeah.
left back in the world.
Oh my God.
I mean, whatever floats your boat, bro, but you can't be the best left back in the world if you ain't playing.
He can. We make exceptions for him.
You make exceptions. No one else in the world makes an exception.
No.
Listen, and Switzerland's very good defensively. So
Switzerland have been
I don't know.
fantastic defensively. And the way they move up the pitch, pressing full 90 minutes, when you're watching that Italy game, it's as if they were the ones down a goal. That's how much pressing and energy they had that whole game.
They press as a team. They have a good dynamics between each other. There's no bad player. There's no liability. Even someone like Ricardo Rodriguez back in the day, even nowadays, like
Milan
in Serie A,
legend.
Yeah, Milan legend. He's shit in my opinion. He's been amazing. Like, make it make sense. So what is this guy doing? He's like a magician.
But listen, when they show up for their country, something with Switzerland, I don't know what they put in that water up in the Alps, but it's they all
That's
just,
Chamonix water.
I don't know what they do. They take out a Swiss Army knife or something. But they become a different type of player when they play for Switzerland. Xhaka, absolutely fantastic. Ndoye was fantastic. Schär, you could even say, was pretty insane that game too. So listen, everything's clicking right now for Switzerland. I'm not saying it's enough though versus England. So I'm going to say England win this one comfortably 2-0.
Oh yeah.
That's a good prediction.
So England's going through.
I think England's actually gonna get better as the tournament goes on, in my personal opinion.
Bro, I hope so, because they have nothing to show for it right now.
That's the thing. If it's gonna click, it needs to click this game, and I think it will. They're coming in with confidence. They're coming in with a bit more passion, and they're gonna come in with way more attacking prowess. So I don't know. I think it'll either be a bloodbath or it's gonna be tight.
Those are my thoughts, Millie, too. Let's move on to the semis.
We are now headed to the semifinals, and in our bracket, we have Spain versus France as the first semifinal. These are two powerhouses. Boys, who do we think is making it through?
This is a very close game. I don't even know.
You have the team that's performed the best, I would say, and the team that on paper is the best in the tournament. So it's going to be a cool clash.
But at what point does the team on paper finally say, all right, we showing up?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, will Spain stoop down to France's level of play, or will France go up to Spain's level of play?
it's two systems that work independently of each other. Like France is going to play the France way regardless of who they're facing, but Spain has shown this whole tournament that regardless of the way you're playing, they're going to still dominate you. It's going to be really tough to see who comes out like as the dominant team on this.
This is going to be another El Tactico game. Whoever's going to move those chess pieces better, who's going to limit the liabilities is going to go through. I think Spain, they have a chance over here, but X factor.
I'm always going to bet on experience, and De La Fuente is not as experienced as Deschamps. All the French players are more experienced than the Spanish players. I'm going to go for the French, 2-1.
Is it because the team is too young? Like, is Spain too young to get to
Lamine Yamal is special. It's just not his moment yet. I still think it's the Mbappe era.
I mean, like I said before in the past, you're asking a lot of a 16-year-old that just came into the Spanish team, and you're expecting him and another 21-year-old to just dominate world-class players that are on France. I just don't think so.
I would not be afraid of. I'm not afraid of Lamine Yamal. If I were to go into question marks into that game, it's more Nico Williams than Lamine Yamal.
I think they're going to give the keys more to Nico. I think
that would be a mistake.
Well, listen.
You think giving the keys to Nico is a mistake?
I think giving the keys to Lamine Yamal should already be done. Like he is the star. He's already the best attacker.
But give the keys to both of them. What does that mean?
Keys.
Split the keys.
Bro, we don't do that over here. Logically thinking.
Logically thinking. Listen, Lamine Yamal is going against Theo Hernandez, who's been insane for France.
And Mbappe is going up against Marco Kurela.
Who's also been good. Hey, who's also been good.
Get out of here, bro.
Bro, just because of that, it's going to be a France win.
France somehow will find themselves in a final. I don't know how. They have not been the best team in the Euros by far at all. You could say Spain's been the best team. But when it comes down to one game, who's going to win it? France have been in that position way too many times. They were in it in 2018. They were in it in 2016. They have the knowledge of what to do in these games. I am saying France wins this one.
I'm always going to put my chips on N'Golo Kante over Fabian Ruiz, and I'm always going to put my chips over Mbappe over practically any attacker in the world. So give me France also.
But do you guys think this is going to be high scoring? Because personally, I see this game. This is a classic going to penalties type of game.
I say going to penalties as well. But I do think France's midfield, like Kante, Rabiot, and Griezmann, will succeed more. So it's going to be like on France's side of things, but they won't be able to score.
We have our first team that's in the finals. France, you're playing. Here is the second semifinal. It is England versus the Netherlands. We have the pre-tournament favorites in England versus the underdogs in Netherlands. Who is meeting France in the final?
I'm just gonna rip off the Band-Aid quick. I think England would beat the Netherlands.
Easily.
Pretty not easily because they're pretty shit. But I'm gonna say it's England. I don't know why. And tell me if I'm wrong. And France do this a bit too. They're giving me that Real Madrid aura,
that they
where
could just
they play
win.
like shit, but they'll win. They'll just find a way.
Listen, Real Madrid doesn't play like shit. You can't say that.
Brother, this is a flirting versus harassment situation right here. You're saying Real Madrid don't play bad, but England play bad, but they both end up winning. So it's the same concept.
The common denominator is Bellingham.
I'm putting out a warning out there. In no way am I comparing both managers before the comments start ripping me.
Southgate versus Ancelotti? Might be a debate.
Ancelotti play like shit for 95 minutes, then score a winner. It's praise. Oh my God, Ancelotti, what a great manager, what a great tactician. He won the game for them. Southgate play like shit for 95 minutes, then score a winner. It's, oh my God, this guy doesn't know his best starting 11. We'll lose the next game.
It is what it is, bro.
That's just how the cookie crumbles.
I mean, our hate is gonna run through regardless of who it is. But England have the play, brother. Like their team is worth $1 billion. They should not be waiting to the 95th minute and need a bicycle kick from Bellingham to get through.
Listen, Millie, you're not wrong, but I think Netherlands is good enough to beat them. I said Switzerland was gonna beat England, so I can't be here saying that England's even gonna.
I think Switzerland's better than Netherlands.
Really?
I'm not gonna cap.
I think they're on par, but Netherlands is my dark horse, so I gotta support them. I think they're gonna go far.
Firms, I did have them as my dark horse as well, but I think the road ends here if they're facing England. England have too many pieces that'll just work. Even if they play poorly, it'll just work and they'll get through. Netherlands, they slip up once, the game is done.
I think with England at this point, it's the eye is on the prize and it might get to their heads. Like the pressure might be so, the media is going to be killing them by this point. If they don't have a good performance against Switzerland, some people are going to start shaking, like Saka, the usual suspects that back in the in 2020, they weren't able to pull through.
The further they go, I think the less pressure they have, honestly.
Really?
I don't know. I think if they keep playing poorly, there's going to be a lot more question marks and less confidence around that team.
They reached peak pressure. 94th minute against Slovakia is peak pressure. You're not going to get less pressure than that. So,
mean,
and they already passed that challenge.
95th versus Switzerland is going to be a Zuvi, though.
Yeah, but the further you go deeper in the tournament, the less like people will be mad if you lose, in my personal opinion.
So, boys, before we lock in the pick, what are your scorelines for this match?
I'm going to go with a 2-1 Netherlands situation. Xavi Simons, I'm still hoping that you score. You're going to be the one scoring tonight.
I'm going 2-1 England.
I think the game's going to be close, but it'll get away from the Netherlands at the end. I think this could be a 3-1 win for England.
It's going to be a Luke Shaw man of the match in his first game back. You already heard it here first.
If he still plays.
A lot to ask if that's his first game.
Best left back in the world. Big players show up on big occasions.
With the two semifinals decided, we have our final. It is England versus France. Both these teams have not had a great tournament so far, but can they put it all together and win their country the trophy?
The big dogs.
The big dogs. Listen, these are the two teams that we knew, or we at least predicted, that would be in the final. So it's going to be a good game. I'm expecting a 1-1 situation.
I'm expecting an extra time situation here too. And what I'm scared is that we got such a good World Cup final that we're going to get a snooze fest on this one.
Because they're going to be too tactical.
Exactly.
That World Cup final was two different schools of thought clashing. That's why it was the greatest final of all time. But this one, you have two European teams. It is going to be a stalemate. I don't know. For this one, you are looking at, I'm even thinking penalties for this one.
I'm going to go with you, Millie. I think it's going to be a penalty situation, but France takes the lead, and they are Euro 2024 champions.
I think you have to cut it off for England here. It cannot go home. We need France to win this one. I'm saying France wins in penalties as well.
I'm one of the lads. I think I'm one of the lads. I want England to win. I think I'm going to go for Harry Kane, man of the match in the final, to put all those doubters to bed that this brother is the reason why his teams loses. He's the only reason why his teams that lose don't lose more. So I'm going to go for 3-1 England, Harry Kane brace.
3-1.
That is
brace.
Crazy. That's insane. How can you say that France?
Best striker of our generation, outside of Suarez, deserves a trophy, and he's going to get it.
Well, right now, France has arguably the best defense in the Euros. Like, everyone in that back line is on form. Theo has been insane. Saliba's been insane. You can't just look at them and say, yeah, they're going to let in 3
It's just
goals.
the one thing I need is for Harry Kane to stop being compared to strikers like Lewandowski and Zlatan. We need him to be put in that higher tier, and this is where it starts.
I am going to need to see his CV and his trophies because something ain't right here. How could you be compared to Ibra and Suarez and Lewandowski?
Ibra.
Pull out your trophies, bro. If you're actually going to lead your country, I want to see the trophy.
And that trophy cabinet's looking a little empty for him. He's not going to cap. This ain't an Ibra situation yet. He needs to win a trophy.
He will. The Euro trophy.
You're flying to Ibiza with the boys.
And with those picks, we have France as our Euro winners. Is it inevitable for Mbappe to lift the trophy? We shall see. It'll be a crazy tournament. Boys, any final thoughts?
I said it from the beginning. France is winning and Mbappe is going to win player of the tournament.
The most important thought of all is the road to 1 million subscribers starts today. 1 mil? Are we saying 1 mil or 200K?
1 mil.
Fuck it, we ball.
1 mil.
Fuck it, we ball 1 million. I'm not blurring out that fuck it too.
The road to 1 million starts right now. But boys, we just wanted to say thank you again for 100,000 subscribers. We could not have done it without your support. I think we're on the road now, officially, to 1 million.
That 100K made me Arush Puchuchu everywhere, so.
Oh my God.